I think we just have to make sure we're looking at how we continue to grow our economy, making sure that we have a strong workforce, making sure we have the elements in place from a business climate for businesses to be successful, to not only be successful as they are today, but expand and grow, add employees. That is our ultimate goal, is to make sure we're looking at the policy side of how we conduct business in the state of Mississippi so that businesses can be successful.
And one of the things we're going to celebrate is the great success of our high school STAR students and their STAR teachers. They are the top, best, and brightest kids from all over the state, and they're seated in the back part of the room, and I'd like them to stand now, and let's recognize them. Please give them a round of applause, all the STAR students. And now the STAR teachers. Great. Okay, now that we can see them and know that they are the top future leaders of our state, I think they deserve a standing ovation. Let's all give them a standing ovation for their great achievement. Wonderful. And now, to recognize our top STAR students and their STAR teachers, let's bring to the stage our Senior Vice President and head of all of our foundation programs, Vicki Powell, and the STAR students, the top 3 STAR students. Let's bring them to the stage.
Thank you. We just had a great time next door with our STAR Education Celebration with 284 STAR students. Our 2017 All-Star Scholar from Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science with a perfect ACT composite score 36 on the ACT, combined scores of 144, average of 98.26, Andy Zhao. Andy will receive a $24,000 scholarship provided by the Kelly Jean Cook Charitable Foundation. It was presented by Katie Pacelli, Executive Director of the Foundation. Other members of the Kelly Jean Cook Foundation are with us today: Carolyn Boss, Joanne Michael, and Deborah Rochelle, President of the Kelly Jean Cook Foundation. Will you all please stand? Zhao designated Kishtan Patel of Columbus as his STAR teacher. Mr. Patel has been teaching for 2 years, and this is his first time being named STAR teacher. Our first runner-up is Alan Yang Hound, an Oak Grove High School student. Alan will receive a $24,000 Kelly Jean Cook Senior Charitable Foundation Scholarship. He designated Susie Welch of Purvis as his STAR teacher. She has been teaching for 31 years, and this is her 4th time to be designated as STAR teacher. Alan could not be with us today. Our second runner-up, Benjamin W. Roberson, a Jackson Preparatory student, will receive a $16,000 Kelly Jean Cook Senior Charitable Foundation Scholarship. Benjamin designated P. David Aller of Pearl as his STAR teacher. Mr. Aller has been teaching for 25 years. The Cook Foundation has provided over $1.3 million in scholarships for 21 years. Today, they provided $88,500 in scholarships. Again, thank you all so much.
My name is Andy Zhao. I came from Point Lake, Mississippi. Now I go to school at the Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science. My old school was the Lake Cormorant High School. On the ACT, I took practice tests. That was the main thing, and also reading. Reading occasionally really helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us, what are your plans for college and a career?
For now, I'm undecided. I am leaning towards engineering, but it's all up for grabs. I'm not sure.
I go to Jackson Prep. I got a 36 on the ACT, and I've got third place overall for the All-Star students.
What are your plans for college and a career?
I plan to go to the University of Virginia, and I'm going to pursue something in finance.
Always an honor to talk to these star students and star teachers and really thank the teachers for all that they've done. I said today that the star teachers that are here are representative of literally thousands and thousands and thousands of teachers all across Mississippi that get up and go to work every day to make our educational system better and improve the educational attainment level of our citizens. And that's something that I think we can all be proud of. To the students, I talked to them about how proud they should be of themselves to be in this very, very small select group of individual students, but also of the responsibilities that they have to give back. The fact of the matter is that here in Mississippi, we need more Mississippians that are willing to be leaders in their community and give back, whether that's volunteering with their church or going into the teaching profession or Lord forbid, going into politics and actually being leaders in their community. So it was a great opportunity today, and it's literally one of my favorite events of the year because you've got hundreds of kids that have done phenomenal work. Today, over 50 kids made over 35 or 36 on their ACT. It's just incredible.
One, I just left an amazing program where I learned that there are so many students in Mississippi with 36 on the ACT, 35 on the ACT, grade point averages of 99, of 98, of 97, and it was a room full of Mississippi students with scholarships galore. It was amazing to see a room full of that. So to now be in a room full of these business leaders, I hope that they take notice of those students who are going to be our future success. And I hope they continue the investment in the students because clearly the investment they're already giving is making a huge impact.
What was your reaction when you had a chance to meet some of the students?
I was very impressed. I was very excited to be in the same room with them, to meet them, to shake their hands. I'm like a proud mom because I represent this state and I'm very, proud of Mississippi, and any way I can, contribute to making Mississippi more successful, I'm all for that. So I was like a proud mom shaking their hands.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, now we're going to move into a very special part of the program. Maybe it's a reason some of you are here today. It means a lot of things to a lot of people in the room, a lot of folks in the room, including myself. As many of you may likely know, we are entering a transition period at MEC, one that we don't enter too often in our history. Our CEO of 19 years, Blake Wilson, who's a native of Delaware, but really an adopted Mississippian, is planning on retiring. Now, for those of you who know Blake, which many of you in this room do, where do you even start in trying to describe such a force of nature, such a significant impact and person who has done so much for our state? I don't even know where to begin. He is our third CEO in the history of our organization, but he is truly one of a kind, truly one of a kind. His contributions over the last 19 years have been so significant. They have been notable, they have been long-lasting. He has truly made a difference in all senses of the word. So it's just a small token of our appreciation. I'd like for him to come up on stage, and hopefully Ann as well, and be presented a specially framed representation of his time at MEC and all the great things he's done for our organization. We also have something for Ann. We have an all-expense paid trip to a place that I won't name, but it starts with "your" and ends with "up." And Ann is welcome to take Blake if he wants to go. But we really recognize and appreciate Ann's support through the years as well. She has been a very important part of our organization. Now, it is difficult, if not completely impossible, to try to condense Blake's spectacular career into just a few minutes and do it justice. You really can't do it, but we've attempted to do so. So please direct your attention to the screens on both sides of the stage as we honor Blake's service.
Renowned educator and consultant Peter Drucker said, "Effective leadership is not about making speeches or being liked. Leadership is defined by results, not attributes." Blake Wilson took the reins of the Mississippi Economic Council in 1998, determined to get results, giving business a more powerful voice at the state capitol. While Blake served as president and CEO, MEC's ranking rose to the second highest tier among state chambers. His hard work helped MEC more than double the number of active members, gathering the resources and volunteer leadership to give business a critical voice in public policy initiatives.
19 years ago, Blake Wilson came to Mississippi. That's about the first time I heard that story about the little state with 3 counties and only 2 at high tide. It's one of the first times I started hearing a big man with a little camera. It's when I started receiving the texts and emails that said, "Keep the faith." And Blake, I have kept the faith. I've had faith in you doing a tremendous job leading the State Chamber of Commerce. I appreciate what you have done for the state of Mississippi, but more importantly, being my friend.
Blake Wilson's vision was to engage membership through a steady stream of emails, faxes, web conferences, conference calls, breakfast and lunch meetings, phone calls, text, and legislative briefings. Just ask any member who ever offered Blake his contact information.
Blake Wilson has impacted the Mississippi Economic Council because he's helped the membership reflect the state of Mississippi, our population, our workforce, and through his inclusiveness, MEC has gotten stronger because we've got diverse opinions and diverse ideas around the table.
When I think about leadership, I think about passion. I think about integrity. I think about commitment. And Blake Wilson exemplifies all of these things. Blake is also a true visionary, and he's always concerned about getting the issues right, not so much concerned about who gets credit.
While the stream of communications from MEC kept members actively involved, Blake was also busy building diversity in staffing and membership, as well as launching MEC's Public Education Forum programs, Mississippi Scholars and Mississippi Scholars Tech Master. These programs have encouraged 40,000 high school students to take a more rigorous course of study in STEM-based or career-based curricula.
The young people of our state are going to have a greater state in which to live because of his efforts in education, economic development, and infrastructure. But what I saw him do personally with helping to bring jobs into our state, bringing industries and corporations to come to Mississippi, what a tremendous impact that's going to have for years to come.
Blake, on behalf of everybody in Mississippi, we want to thank you for your 19 years of service with MEC. We want to thank you especially for your leadership, your wisdom, your ability to make tough decisions.
During Blake's tenure, participation in programs and events grew tremendously, such as the 2,500 attendees each year at themed roadshows in over 20 communities from border to border in Mississippi. Add to that number 2,000 people at the annual meeting and thousands more each year at MEC's Hobnob and Capitol Day events. Importantly, this growth was supported by a six-fold increase in revenues.
I didn't want to let this occasion go by without thanking you. Thanking you for the great job you've done for Mississippi for almost 20 years. Thank you for what you've done to help the MEC become stronger, bigger, better, and our state stronger, bigger, and better at the same time. We appreciate you, pal.
Despite his loyalty and long list of accomplishments, Blake never quite reached the point where Edith would give him the combination to the safe. It's hard to turn such responsibility over to someone who hails from a state with only 3 counties, 2 at high tide. Blake, as this chapter closes on a career that truly made a difference for Mississippi, you may retire without the combination to the safe, but you leave with our unending gratitude for your accomplishments. You will be remembered not just for your jokes, stories, kind words, and generous support to anyone who asks. We will remember you for the results you helped MEC achieve. Thank you from a grateful state who knows that one man with vision and determination made a difference.
Well, thank you. Very kind. Thank you. I have no clue what's in the safe. Thank you. William, Robin, everybody on the board, staff, you're too generous. The strength and lifeblood of MEC is all of you, our membership. You are who really makes the difference. The CEO and the staff are just here to keep the parade moving. Thank you all for welcoming me and my family to Mississippi 19 years ago. It's home now, and this is where we will stay. I'd like to also thank and recognize who you already met, my wife of 41 years, Ann, my children, Nicholas, Ellie, who is here, and Andrew. Thank you all for forgiving my many missed family events. And Ann, we're going to have a lot of fun now. My 98-year-old mother, who could not be here today, World War II service in the Navy, and my father, my late father, who were great inspirations. The leaders and volunteers who put so much time in, our past chairs, our board members, and our staff who really puts this event on and makes a great difference. Let's give them all a round of applause. I've been here 19 years, and I've watched the face of economic development change in this state. The big thing was the advance of automotive and advanced manufacturing. There was very little of that when I came to Mississippi, and that has been something MEC has helped drive, along with lots of other people. I want to give credit to many, MDA and the governors, but that was a real sea change here in Mississippi. And if we didn't have those jobs, we'd still be a low-wage, low-skill state, and those days are over for Mississippi.
What potential do you see for Mississippi moving forward?
More auto plants. There are still room for at least 1, maybe 2 more. Continental coming online is significant for the Metro Jackson area. So we still have some significant growth, and if we keep focusing on automotive, we've gone from having no automotive to now being one of the automotive leaders in the South, and that we can continue to keep that edge.
You talk about adopting a Texas-style attitude. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, Texans will never look down and say, well, I'm just from a poor state. They'll say I'm temporarily broke. You know, and here in Mississippi, we often spend a lot of time, you know, saying, oh, we don't measure up. Well, we do measure up. And let's be positive about our own state first, and then we can get others to do that as well.
What would you like people to keep in mind about Mississippi and its potential as we move forward?
We are just as competitive as any other southern developing state, and let's keep that edge going.
I'm excited that Blake is retiring. He has 19 years of a wonderful history with this organization, and we know he's going to go on to do great things. So we look forward to his next career, I guess, of retirement.
Blake Wilson is one of a kind. He will be sorely missed. And we're sad to see him go. We're happy that he's moving into the next phase of his life. But what's great about Blake leaving is he has left the organization in a great place, which is a true mark of a leader. He has left it better than when he came to it, and MEC is prepared to move forward based on the foundation that Blake laid.
We also try to talk about some of the fun things and great things that are happening in Mississippi, which is the reason our second morning session is going to be with Aaron and Ben Napier, who are the stars of the new HGTV show Hometown. They really, you know, kind of that creative economy, just really taking, not only doing their jobs, but doing it in a way that others from across the world can see what's happening right here in Mississippi, what great ambassadors they are.
We're here to talk about Mississippi, which is, in our minds, Mississippi is basically a big small town, and that's what we're passionate about, is small town America and growing that and supporting it. And if our small towns are strong, then our economy will be strong also. We're the host of a new HGTV show. It's actually our premiere for season 1 was the second highest rated in HGTV history, and they're describing it as the best series launch in history of the network. So we're averaging about 2 million viewers a week on our show, and it's pretty exciting.
Tell us, what kind of impact do you feel this could have for Mississippi?
You know, it's great because this show shines a 100% positive light on our state. There's no negativity. There's not going to be any scandal associated with it, nothing like that. And so anytime you can shine a spotlight like that on anything, you know, be it a great state like Mississippi or anything else, then that's going to have some sort of a positive effect.
We've been talking to the group about how perception is everything. Perception becomes reality, and so if we can change the perception of our small towns and of Mississippi, then we can completely change our economy. And it's really exciting to see how every single person in Mississippi has a gift of some kind, and how we can all use our gifts to tell a really beautiful story.
What potential do you see in Mississippi, particularly in small town Mississippi?
There's a kind of community in small town Mississippi that is so unique and unusual, you can't find it anywhere else in the world.
Your reaction to the national attention that your program has brought to Mississippi?
We hope that it shows the whole world how great Mississippi is and tells a story that people haven't heard about our state yet. We're tired of the same old story, and we're ready.
Ben and Aaron, we wanted to just give you a memento of the day and thank you for what you're doing to bring such positive approaches to things and shine such a wonderful light on the state of Mississippi and let people around the world know, hey, we got it going on here. So thank you so much for being here.
We want to keep in mind that, for one thing, we as a state can accomplish great things by working together. That's the reason that MEC connects business leaders from all parts of Mississippi. We have folks that really are interested in not just their individual business, not even just their individual town. They're interested in making sure their region, the state as a whole, is growing and prosperous. And that is the reason that we're successful as an organization, because of our members, because of our leaders that volunteer their time and effort to really look at the big picture. How do we make Mississippi better? What's the next big thing for our state in order to be successful?
What MEC stands for is the building blocks of economic development, and that's education and highways. you know, and they've been very active in our state in promoting things like pre-K education, and you know, those things are vitally important to our state, because no manufacturing company is going to move to Mississippi unless you got a 4-lane highway and you got a good school that the CEO would want to send his or her children to. So MEC stands for the same things that I do. This event was wonderful. You know, we had a hillbilly like me from northeast Mississippi perform, Mac McAnally, and it was really an outstanding performance by people putting on a stage. And Blake Wilson has done such an absolutely outstanding job with this organization, how it's grown. And, you know, it's really a welcoming atmosphere. It makes you feel good to be a Mississippian.
If people have questions like more information about MEC membership, what should they do?
It's real simple. MEC.ms. MEC.ms. All the information's there. Phone number, contacts. Go to the website. Let us know what you think.